Jeez Louise. You know, it's like loud, it's cute, it's pastel, it's pretty. My name is Billie Joe Armstrong. I'm at Sunset Sound, and we're here to talk about my new Marshall amp. We were in the East Bay Area punk scene. You know, before Dookie, we were already been around for like 5 years. So we went from Lookout Records, and then eventually we got signed to Reprise Warner Brothers in 1993. The Bay Area punk scene that we came from was really diverse. There was all different kinds of bands. There wasn't just like a pop punk scene or something like that. We were playing like melodic punk. I wouldn't change that time for the world. For me at that time, a lot of people were playing back then a lot of broken down equipment. People had a different sound whenever they just showed up. They didn't know what their amp was going to do. You know, there were some bands that maybe sounded more, have a clean sound, or they were messing with like crazy echo delay and chorus pedals and things like that just to make it weirder. But I think that this was a sound that really, that Green Day wanted more. We were focused in on a little bit more than I would say the average other bands that were playing in the scene at the same time. Ready? Growing up and like listening to hard rock, whether it was Van Halen or Metallica or something like that, I've always liked that sort of crunch. But then I like got into Husker Du, and I loved Bob Mould's sound. And that was like a revelation to me of like what, because he was just playing these big open chords, but it was like a wall of guitar sound. And then I got into the Sex Pistols, and I loved, like, Steve Jones's sound was revolutionary. Same with Rocket to Russia, Johnny Ramone. And that's what I sort of wanted to go for, you know. I always knew like what tones I should have. And then finally I came home with a little bit of money, and I bought my first Marshall and a 4-track. The Marshall was like the Spinal Tap amp that, and it went to 20. I can't really remember the name of what it was called, but I still have it. I thought, well, if it goes to 20, then that's more distortion, so it must be good. You know, so, but I quickly learned that that could turn into mud. I knew what was inside of my head, I just couldn't get it to come out on the amp quite yet. I had long conversations with our producer, Rob Cavallo, about what I was thinking. He knew exactly what I was talking about. So we went into the studio in Berkeley, Fantasy Studios, and we just set up a few different amps. And I think one was my Marshall, and then he brought in his own Plexi, that's what this amp is based on. And then I just kind of was just telling him, you know, because the way that I talk about sound isn't something that's like technical or like, I want something that has crunch and has like sustain and has a big sound to it. And so we plugged it in to his Plexi, and that basically was just like, yeah, that's the sound that we're looking for. So that's how the Dookie sound kind of ended up coming out. I owe a lot to Rob for, you know, creating that sound. The first time I heard back the tracks when we were recording Dookie, I think recording the amp in stereo, one on hard left, one hard right, and you could feel it coming back through the speakers. That's when I knew it was like, okay, now I know what this record's going to sound like. And it was definitely a happy moment. We got the tone, and then I think after that, it was just something that stuck with me for the rest of my career, which is kind of harmony. I definitely set out to write catchy riffs and melodies, and that's in my DNA. I love melodic, whether it was from British Invasion to Cheap Trick to Husker Du and the Replacements. That's like something I've always loved about music, was just the melody and also singing harmonies with Mike. I mean, there's probably, there's like Welcome to Paradise, It's like that, and then, having a... There's that, trying, a lot of the songs are like more chords that are like happening behind the melody, I think for me, it's just like, how do you serve the song with like counter melodies and things like that when it comes to like playing guitar solos or and doing it in a way where it's not trying to dominate the jam session or something like that. It's just like playing, serving the song, really. Jeez Louise. I think it's just ultimate tone, that's rough around the edges and it's dirty. It's a beautiful, broad sound that I think that's something that can send chills up your back, I think as far as like when you're playing like, punk rock or something like that, the guitar sound is such a character in the script of the album. The tone itself is identifiable as like, soon as you hear it, like that's Green Day. I would have never in 1,000 years expected to have like a collaboration, like doing an amp off of my sound. I think the collaboration began with Marshall wanting to make a Dookie amp, or it was the opposite. So I can't remember who went in for the Kiss first. It was just an opportunity to like have my very first signature amp. Now it's a great collaboration. I love it. This is the same setup, really, I use on stage, doubled with another Marshall, which I think we call it the Idiot. So this is basically what I play on stage every night. So if you get the amp, put the knobs in the right little places, then you'll get that sound. Or you can mess around and just get your own tone at the same time. The gain switch is like, I have it like round 2. So you can take this thing and it sound like freaking Black Sabbath if you want to. I don't use as much distortion as people think. But if you just take off the, just a little bit of that. The color choice, I just wanted it to kind of match my blue guitar and also sort of some of the sky on the cover of the Dookie record. You know, it's like loud, it's cute, it's pastel, it's pretty. I think just for our fans and other musicians that I think this is probably the best sounding Marshall you could possibly get. But I think it's something that you can immediately identify with if you're a Green Day fan, or if you're not a Green Day fan. I think it's an undeniable guitar sound. This amp is like everything I imagined as a kid that I wanted to. When I was rocking out and playing guitar in my bedroom and feeling like I'm on stage in front of thousands of people and dreaming of being like a rock star one of these days. And so I think that always will stick with me, is just like that feeling of like my inner kid will never go away. There's no place in maturity when it comes to rock and roll music.